I didn't see you come calling my way.
Oh, my demons couldn't shake this feeling. I'm not done, I'm leaving. I'm not done being.
Welcome everybody to the launch of MTU-CSM Sounds, the Quarantapes. The CSM Sounds label was founded in 2020 to showcase the incredible range of talent right across all music departments, but also to recognise the cross-pollination that was happening between the music and tech departments at MTU. Now, that first recording was launched just when the country went into its first lockdown, and who could have imagined that 12 months later we'd be marking not only the first commercial album for the label, but also one that was in fact inspired by the collective experience we shared globally in lockdown, and that we'd have to launch this album online as well. It's true, that some people found the restrictions very difficult, but I think that the sharing of music and the arts online was really what got many of us through. So the songs and music on this album are uplifting and emotional, but they also don't shy away from the toll lockdown took. Now, back in early March, CSM facilitated a very carefully staged and socially distant recording to mark the occasion of this album launch. And today we're going to hear from some of the participants. And first up is Marion Nolan. She's a graduate of the BA in Popular Music and a current MA student. And she was asked about her experience and to introduce her song for the album, Hollow Ledge.
I was very excited because I had just begun the master's programme here, and it was a master's in composition, and I had just decided I was going to write a musical in 2 years, not really understanding what actually it entailed and how much writing. So when lockdown did happen, I was very grateful for the extra time at home that I had, and yes, I found it very inspiring, and I've loved it. I have loved being at home, and I've loved, the extra days that it allowed me to write and create. And I've spent those days writing and creating. So, I was very excited by the time COVID gave me. I would always kind of think, you have up days and you have down days, but I'm a bright kind of a person by nature. But it did strike home, and I think it was TikTok. I think TikTok drove it home. I found TikTok during COVID, and it was just all the, the influencers, and the suicide rate among the young people just went through the roof, I think. So, and that was only in July. That was only after a few months of lockdown. So that's where the song came from. It's just wake up one day and there was another one gone, and you just think, is this what's happening to people, as a result? So maybe we have to find another way of coping and dealing. And music is always my therapy. So that's how I channel my energies or my emotions. It's through the music. And Hollow Ledge just came. I tried to put myself in their position and how they were feeling. And so that's where the song kind of came from. I committed to setting up a studio myself at home, and I invested in some equipment, microphones, the screens. I bought 2 lovely monitors, speakers, and I set myself up very well at home for the mixing and the mastering side of things. The only challenge I found with this particular song was getting myself into the headspace and to interpret the song and to deliver it in an honest way. I would really love to work with a band of musicians again. I would love to record an album. I would love to come back in here and record the album that I have in my head, and then to finish the musical that I'm writing, and to hopefully in June 2022 for my final masters have a live stage performance of the music of the musical, and then I would feel I've accomplished something really great.
A million rays shine down on me. All my blessings go for free, but I don't know what is making me cry. making myself the mystery, disguising all signs of misery. Only the brave will be set free. Tell me, do you hear a word I say? Every day I bend my knee and pray, standing on my hollow ledge. Close my eyes, the world is dead. Yes, I broke a long time ago, but you know, no one needs to know. I'm hurting, but don't tell anyone. I'm always on show, I'm always on show. Tell me, do you hear a word I say? Every day I kneel and pray, standing on my hollow ledge. Close my eyes, the world is dead. I give up, I'm giving up. I don't wanna be saved. Can't you see I failed? I don't wanna be saved. Tell me, do you hear a word I say? Every day I kneel and pray, standing on my hollow ledge. Close my eyes, the world is dead. Standing on my hollow ledge. Close my eyes, my world is dead.
The music industry has been really rocked this year. Gigs weren't happening. There's no freelance work for musicians, and recording studios have been largely closed. And yet there was an explosion of creativity, and it was no different here in the Cork School of Music. Lectures and all sorts of work moved online and overcame many challenges which seemed impossible. Now, this year's album uses materials created and produced between March and August of 2020, when students couldn't access the Cork School of Music amazing recording facilities. And ordinarily, a production like this would have had the recording booths, the Curtis Auditorium, and the tech desks just humming with people collaborating. But this year, of course, everything happened remotely. People were working at home and really launched right into the thick of music production for much of their own tracks. And it's not always easy on your own because, as we know, collaboration is such a big part of the creativity in music production and mastering. Now this, as we said, is the first commercial release for CSM Sounds, and I think it's a tremendous experience for these musicians at this point in their careers to have followed an album through every stage, from concept to production to sale. In fact, there was such an amount of material for this album, there was a competition to select the 10 tracks for the album. And they go from indie pop to trad and from electroacoustic to orchestral. Now, can you imagine the logistics recording that in lockdown? It took an intricate blend of software and individually tracked orchestral players. Huge congratulations to everyone involved in that feat, which I'm sure challenged every skill. And all the artists are from the BA in Popular Music, the BMUS, and of course those doing their masters in music and technology. Starting out on a career in music right now is especially tough. Musicians can't play gigs. They can't get work as freelancers for hire. They can't establish a track record, can't get your foot in the door with new theatres, can't network by sharing stages, can't be seen by agents in a live venue, can't connect with new audiences. And, you know, trying to replicate or do all of that online is such an enormous time-consuming and often soul-destroying task. So we, as music consumers and music lovers, have to play our part. We have to request new music on the radio. We have to follow new artists, like and share their music and their projects online, and most importantly, buy their albums. We're delighted to say that the CSM Sounds Quarantapes are available to stream on all the major streaming platforms. Now, it's a fantastic achievement and a new era of music production at Cork. So it's a privilege for me to welcome now Maggie Cusack, the new president of MTU, to officially launch the Quarantapes.
Hello to all music lovers. It's an honour to launch this new album, The Quarantapes. A very warm congratulations to the artists and team of CSM Sounds. The range of musical styles produced by MTU Cork School of Music is fantastic, and it's a real credit to all the students and staff. This album release is yet another example of CSM's commitment to continue to deliver great art this year through online video and audio releases. Other work include the theatre production of Love and Information, the song Rise on YouTube for International Women's Day, the Masters and undergraduate live music performances, and soon there will be a virtual choir of 47 students. And the new musical, Love, Rosie, has also just begun development. It's heartening to see interactions with industry and also collaborations across MTU between CSM, Crawford College of Art and Design, the Marketing Unit, the Innovation and Enterprise Office, and MTU Kerry campus, where the artwork was produced by Jan Drafts from the Animation, Visual Effects and Motion Design programme. The arts are of such great value, not just to our new university, but also to our culture and society. And the past year has curtailed, in fact decimated so many activities. I'm very much looking forward to a time when I can come into MTU School of Music to attend some of the many great events that usually take place there. In the meantime, I hope everyone enjoys the album, and we wish CSM Sounds and the artists of the Quarantapes the best of luck with the new album.
Now we're going to hear from another artist featured on the album. This time it's Macdara of Faoláin, who's in his third year of the Bachelor of Music. And as I said earlier, Marion and Macdara came into studio at the start of March to record, and I'm told that the relief to be physically present in studio and recording was palpable. Not to mention, of course, the teams in tech, those who once again got to use their skills to actually stage a set and do the sound and lighting. It was just fantastic. So well done, everyone. And all that remains really now is to wish MTU, CSM Sounds, the Quarantapes, every success.
Well, it means a lot to me, if I'm honest. It's great. It's a great experience. Like even to get to play here in the studio today it's a really special place, and it's something that I think you could easily take for granted when you're here, and then when you leave, you don't get to play in places like this every day. Also, it's an honour because I recorded the track I did just for fun, and I'm glad that other people enjoyed it too. You know, I had a lot of time where I was just walking around on Rhine, where I'm from, which is really beautiful, and the tune I play on this album was actually kind of inspired as well by a buzzard, because we did loads of research during lockdown because we were looking into this buzzard, and it was an unusual buzzard because buzzards are usually brown kind of, but this had like a really white breast, and it used to hover over our house for like 5 or 6 hours a day. And we just thought it was really weird because when we looked into it, buzzards aren't even shouldn't be even in the south of Ireland. They're like kind of from the Fermanagh area usually. So I just thought that was really cool, and I had just been thinking about that night I composed the tune, so I called it An Clawán Bán, which is the white buzzard. Strangely, I'm probably going to use how life is now as more as a reason for doing what I do. I hope to maybe start recording an album. which I really enjoyed over lockdown. I got a lot. I was always into his music, but I got really into Jacob Collier and Stevie Wonder, and the concept of like making an album completely on your own. Because oftentimes for myself, especially, I play accompaniment in Irish music, and I have all these ideas, but sometimes they're not necessarily what other traditional musicians would expect. They're kind of more from an accompaniment background. So I kind of hope to make an album where it's just me overdubbing layers, because I really enjoy that. I could do it for hours, get lost in it, and then I'll wake up the next morning and I hate the track, but I still enjoyed it. So I really like doing that, and I hope to do that. And definitely as well, though, I really want to get back playing with other people.